Another iconic Idaho woman who has made a mark is Cherie Buckner-Webb. The Buckner-Webb family has called Idaho home for many generations. Buckner-Webb grew up surrounded by civil rights advocates in her family, and she continued that legacy and became a fierce advocate for civil and human rights herself. In 2010, Buckner-Webb broke through a major barrier and became the first Black person to serve in the Idaho legislature. She has continued to be a major community leader, working with nonprofits over the years, and she has done so much for the community that she even has this brand new Boise Park dedicated in her name. And she is here with us now. Cherie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me. Delighted to be here.
So what do you think is the importance of having a Women's History Month?
Well, it'll be a wonderful day when we don't need a special date to have a special month to honor women, that they will be honored in concert with all of humanity. But for the time being, we are not acknowledged to the degree that we should be. And if we need to call it out, we will do just that, because the women that have done so many things in our communities and in our country need to be acknowledged, and also to inspire the next generation.
And so what do you see right now as the biggest challenge remaining to achieve, a quote, gender equal world?
Well, I think part of it, when I say the word fear, I'm not saying fear on the part of women, but I think fear on the part of maybe the other half of the human anatomy that fears that we will change things. I think some men are reticent to have us in our full power. There's fear, and there's differential treatment, and there's lack of respect for the talent, skills, and abilities, but we're up to the charge. Trust me on this.
And, you've done so much in our community and in our state, and I know you don't like to talk about yourself, but I'm curious, why was it important to you to dedicate so much of your life to public service?
Again, it's the women that came before me, women and men. There are a lot of people in our community, and particularly in my family. They said it's critical to leave a legacy. Now, you can do nothing and you'll still leave a legacy, and it may not be the one you like. Or you can do the work. Do the work, do the work. A charge to keep have I, God to glorify, used to be my Grandpa Johnson's favorite saying, and he echoed it over and over and over again, and I took it to my heart. It's my work to do. It's my calling. I'm called to be courageous and to even move forward when I'm trembling.
And it's Women's History Month, so I'm curious, you have a very strong family that has deep roots here in our community. Was or is there a woman in your life that inspired you to kind of become who you are and be so involved in things?
I would probably say my mother was the top of the line, but there are so many women that she made sure she brought me in contact with. There were women that helped bring about the first civil rights legislation in Idaho. They were in the living room having conversations. There were men there too, but the women were courageous in standing up and taking the risk to show up. So many women, and so many women historically, that also inspire me on the daily.
And finally, what would you say to younger women or girls today? What advice would you have for them on how to make their mark?
I coined this little thing called Cherie 7-Ups. I say stand up, show up, speak up, shut up sometimes, make up, re-up, and look up. It's easy to remember and it's easy to do. It's not so easy to do, but we must stand in our power, because we do in fact have power, and we must coalesce with others to support us, men and women, but we must stand together.
That is great words of wisdom to leave us with. Cherie's 7-Ups. I love it. Senator Buckner-Webb, Cherie, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for celebrating Women's History Month. I appreciate you.
I appreciate working with so many strong and wonderful women here at KTVB as well, surrounded by them every day. And thank you so much for your time.
Nice save. Good work.
We'll be right back.